This is absolute madness. What's up, peeps? Hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to the channel for a nighttime upload. And hey, some breaking news here on this channel, but some not so nice news. This could be a pivotal moment in esports history, especially for North American League of Legends, or this could be the beginning of the end. It's a wild time to be alive. If you guys want the full TLDR, go check out our 2 other videos on this channel breaking down the situation. Pretty much try and catch you up. Riot has now responded to the walkout with the LCS, that being players refusing to play until Riot comes down to communicate on some recent decisions that they have made impacting the NACL, that's the Challengers League in the LCS, and I would also say decisions Riot has made that could very well impact the future of North American League of Legends and the NALCS. So together, these players with the LCS Player Association, they staged a walkout to refuse to compete in the LCS until Riot communicates and or meets their demands. Riot has now responded, and guess what? They're not going to budge a single inch. As on the demands of instituting a Valorant-style promotion between the LCS and NACL, they said no, that would dilute the ownership value of what they've invested in. I kind of agree with that. I don't know if I'm a fan of the relegation system, but hey, some people certainly were. On the demands of Riot guarantees LCS minimum contracts for the following year for the 5 players who win NACL Summer Finals, they said no. On the institute 3/5 continuity rule to provide players on released NACL rosters first priority in maintaining their slots, they said no. The priority of slots will go to the teams, not the players. And on the wanting of $300,000 per NACL team to help budget out and to afford those player salaries, they said no, we're not going to give $300,000 to each individual team. We will give $300,000 to the NACL's tournament operator. So instead of giving $300,000 per, they said we'll give out one single payment of $300,000. And then on the last point, allowing LCS orgs to partner with affiliates for cost sharing. I'm not too familiar on the breakdown of this. They did say that is why we already and will continue to allow affiliate relationships to exist between teams in the LCS and the NACL. I'm not sure about affiliates when it comes to outside the LCS or NACL, if they really budged on that. So pretty much all in all, they caved to just about none of those demands, especially the bigger ones out there. And it doesn't seem like there was much thorough communication on what went down and how these rulings have been made, or why it wasn't brought to the players or the LCS Player Association ahead of time. Maybe that information is out there. Why you're here, though, is one main statement in this statement issued by Riot Games is the most important part, and that is the seemingly ultimatum given to them, where they pretty much say, hey, we're going to delay the LCS for 2 weeks, but after 2 weeks, if you're not playing, there's going to be some pretty big issues. As they say, hopefully this 2-week window will give us time for productive dialogue between the LCSPA, the teams, and the league, and then resume the LCS competition this summer. The LCS will not be penalizing the teams for not fielding the rosters during this 2-week period to allow everyone space to focus on constructive dialogue. We are doing our best to ensure LCS employees, contractors, and others supporting the LCS are not negatively impacted by the delay. Here's the big part. Delaying beyond the 2-week window would make it nearly impossible to run a legitimate competition, and in that case, we would be prepared to cancel the entire LCS summer season. Carrying this forward, if the LCS summer season is canceled, this will also eliminate LCS teams qualifying for 2023 Worlds. I want to be clear, that is not an outcome we'd want, but it's unfortunately the reality of ensuring we run a fair, competitive, global system. And this is just utter madness, as you guys can imagine. 2 weeks and pretty much saying, hey, you comply to these terms, you field your rosters, or you're not going to be going to Worlds. And as you can imagine, as an LCS organization, even as a player, does this force your hand? Because if you say no, I mean, this is a heavy return from Riot saying, hey, this is where the line is drawn. Do you really want to miss Worlds? Can you afford, as a player or as a team or as an organization, to miss Worlds or a chance to qualify or to miss the entire summer season? I have to imagine when it comes to sponsorships and partnership requirements for a lot of these teams, it requires them to have a competing roster in the esport. So yeah, we'll see what dialogue happens between the teams and the LCSPA and Riot Games in this 2-week period. And in the initial response, it seems like a lot of people are taken a bit aback by Riot not budging, but some of the talent have already made comments saying, hey, at least we're not having LCS games with absolute nobodies and non-professional players. That would be a crapshoot as well, which, yes, that is true. But I think a lot of people are hoping what can be done in this 2-week time period. I've just never seen an esport reach this kind of ultimatum, so we'll see what decisions are made on both sides sometime soon. So till next time, hope you guys all enjoy. Brand new 4 videos coming tomorrow. All right, drink up. This is a big one. So, okay, bye.